Hi everyone, welcome to Gnan Cloud Garage. In this session, I'm going to talk about how to upgrade vCenter Server or another name vCenter Server appliance from 7.0 update 3 version to 8.0 update 2, which is the latest version. So we can use VMware vSphere 8. Within a vSphere 8, we have a product components, ESX and vCenter. The first recommend procedure is we should start with a vCenter upgrade. And we can also say vCenter Server another name VCSA, vCenter Server appliance. So in general, when we are planning to do upgrade, we have a 3 steps. So these 3 steps includes pre-implementation steps, implementation procedure, and post-implementation steps. So pre-implementation steps, which includes download vCenter 8.0 update to ISO from the VMware website. So for VMware website, with interest of our time, I already downloaded in our lab system. Let me check the download file is ready or not. So within our system downloads, there is a vCenter appliance. Just right click here, mount. So when you mount, already our system will be mount with a VCSA folder. Okay, ISO file. So that is the first step, pre-implementation. And we must run the GUI upgrade from a Windows or Linux or Macintosh operating system machine that is in the same network. So when whatever the upgrade we are planning, the same network only I'm using. I already downloaded the ISO and mounted within a same network. So that is the key pre-implementation steps. And there are some recommendations like create a offline vCenter snapshot, and that is also where we can recommend to create offline snapshot, offline clone before going for a vCenter upgrade. And also if you have any of the third-party backup tools also, you can take the backup before start your vCenter upgrade. Okay, and it is not like a on existing vCenter appliance upgrade, it will be a separate setup. I will explain you in the implementation procedure. This upgrade process includes 2 steps, stage 1, stage 2. And stage 1 says deploy the OVA file. OVA means Open Virtual Appliance file of the new vCenter Server appliance. So this when we deploy OVA file, which includes the vCenter Server appliance installer for the new vCenter Server only. It will deploy a new vCenter. But we already have a old version of 7.0 update 3. Within a stage 2, what it will do is transfer the data and set up the newly deployed vCenter Server appliance with an embedded platform service controller, in short form PSC. When the OVA deployment finishes, we are redirecting to stage 2 of the upgrade process to transfer the data from old appliance. Old appliance means 7.0 update 3, and it will start the services of the newly deployed vCenter Server appliance 8.0. Okay, and finally post implementation steps, which is a straight away process verify our vCenter Server upgrade is successful or not. Okay, so we already completed pre-implementation. We can straight away start with the implementation procedure now. Let's log into the lab system. So as I mentioned, vCenter Server, we have a multiple option to install: CLI installer and graphical user interface installer. If you see the graphical user interface installer, we can use for a Linux flavor, Macintosh and Windows. Currently, we connected the one of the lab Windows system. So select Windows 32 and we can launch the setup.exe. Let me refresh here. When we go to this folder, VCSA, here we also have a OVA tool also. Okay, we are at the right folder path only. UI installer, Windows 32, and installer file, just right click, run as administrator. Click on S. So we are going to upgrade. So upgrade means we have to choose upgrade option only. See, upgrade is recommended for upgrade an existing vCenter Server appliance or upgrade and converge an existing vCenter Server appliance with an external flat PSC, platform service controller. Okay. So before going to start, if you want to see our vCenter current version, just log into the vCenter Server using 5480 WAMI page. We can see the version information. When we log in here, let me type root. If we see here, vCenter server 7.0.3, that means it is 7.0 update 3, and the health status is healthy only. But this version, once we upgrade completed, this name will be upgraded to latest version 8.0 update 2. So let's log out this one. We'll start with the upgrade procedure. So let's select the upgrade option, and the stage 1 deploy vCenter, and stage 2 upgrade source appliance. This is the 2 stages. So let's start the first step and accept the license agreement. Next, and vCenter server appliance, or either we can enter the fully qualified domain name or IP address. Let's say our IP address is 492.168.243.45. Now connect to the source. So while connecting, make sure we should be in the same network, and we have username administrator at the rate vSphere.local, and enter the password and root password as well. Some scenarios we can maintain it same password or different password. Whatever password we have, the similar one we can have to set it here. Okay. And next option is we have to choose the any of the ESXi host. Let's say I'm choosing one of the ESXi host. Let's say I'm choosing one of the host IP address, and we have to enter username and password. Or alternatively, I'm giving as 151 and password. Now click on next. So click on yes. So the connection is completed. Click on next, and certificate warning, click on yes. Validation also completed. It says unable to find the source appliance on the specified ESXi host. Okay, we have to give vCenter server that manages the source appliance. Okay, for that one, let me log in and check where our vCenter is running. So once we log in, we can look for our vCenter server on which host it is running. Let's say management VM, vCenter server 01. Go to the home, we can see it is ESX host is ESXi 08. So let me copy the same name and paste it here. And username and password, let me re-enter the password. Now click on next. Click on yes. Okay. Now vCenter server deployment target. This time we have to choose the target host. Let's say we'll plan to choose second cluster host is having enough resources. Let me copy this host name and paste it here. Excuse me. Root and password. Click on next. So click on yes. And we have to choose the VM name. We should not maintain a same name. This time we have to change the VM name. The existing vCenter name is vCenter 01. So this time I'm changing the name to VCSA-01. So VCSA-01 is the vCenter name. Or we can remove the hyphen. We'll just keep VCSA 01, and we can set the password. So I'm just checking for what is the default password we have to set. The same password I'm going to set it here. Password is doesn't matter, anything we can set as per our organization standards. Okay, now click on next. We have to choose the deployment procedure. Either we can choose tiny or we can choose a small. Depends on suppose the difference is tiny supports until the 10 ESXi host, small supports 100 host. Suppose in our lab, if you're planning to use more than 10, you can change the option to small. Okay, and the storage size, if you want to keep it into the same size, storage also we required approximately 2 GB. It's tiny means only 2019 GB. That means approximately 2 terabyte. If you want to change, we can change, or else better to keep with a low size only. Anyhow, it is testing. So click on next. Choosing the data store second, enable thin disk, click on next. And the network will go with the default and the static IP address. We need a temporary IP address this time. So for temporary IP, I'm just randomly checking any free IP address. See, 161 is free IP address. I'm using that. 192.168.243.161. In general, within our network, whatever the IP is free, the same one we have to use. Odd zero, and we have to provide the gateway. Let's say gateway. Let me check the IP settings here. It is in the different series. Let's say this one, 243. Okay, gateway is 1 and DNS is 44. So let me enter the same gateway. And we have to enter the DNS. It should be also internal DNS IP 192.168.243.44. Once all these network settings are correct, click on next. See, we have selected the deployments details, data store, and also thin disk format and network configuration. Click on finish. Once we finish, it will start upgrading the stage 1. Stage 1 means it will deploy new vCenter server. Within a stage 2, it will transfer the data from old vCenter server appliance to new vCenter server. Okay, and the only difference is old vCenter server we keep the name as vCenter 01, and the new vCenter, just to isolate the name, we keep it as a VCSA 01. VCSA means it's a short form of vCenter server. VCSA full form vCenter server appliance. So deployment slightly take a while, so we have to monitor the screen. It's almost reaching the 91%. So soon it will complete the stage 1 deploy vCenter server. It's 96% now. So 3% more to go. It's installing containers also. Okay, now the upgrade stage 1 deploy vCenter server. You have successfully deployed the vCenter server. To proceed with the stage 2 of deployment process, vCenter server setup, click continue. And if you exit, we have to use a WAMI page. WAMI page means our vCenter temporary vCenter IP colon 5480 port. Any method we can follow. So anyhow, we are in the stage 2. I'm just clicking on continue. So loading the stage 2 now. See, stage 1 is already green tick mark. It's completed. So now stage 2, upgrade source vCenter server. So click on next. So remember that during the vCenter upgrade from 7.0 to 8 series, we require a one temporary IP as well. That temporary IP should be in the same network. Suppose in our lab for testing purpose, I just tested one free IP. It is not in use. The same IP temporary I used as a temporary IP address. But at the end of the upgrade, it will still uses our original IP address only. Original IP is ends with 45. Okay. Now pre-upgrade checks are in progress. If we see in our vCenter server, see VCSA is already powered on VCSA 01. So during this process, the management already we have vCenter 01. This data will be migrated to VCSA 01 and then it will shut down the vCenter 01 automatically. That is the process. So it is showing as pre-upgrade check results. So warning, integrated Windows authentication is deprecated. Okay. And ESXi, it is managed by vCenter. Okay. Warnings and all, we are okay to clear. We can just close and we can choose the option, select the upgrade data. Configuration and integrate inventory 1.98 GB, estimated downtime 37 minutes. So configuration inventory task and events 2.1 GB. So configuration inventory task events and performance 2.1 GB. Either we can choose the different one or we can go with a default options. Okay, let me go with a default option, estimated downtime 37 minutes. So click on next. So if you want to join a customer experience improvement program, you can select or else unchecked. Click on next. See now, if you see the source vCenter 01, target vCenter is 161 is temporary IP. And now I have backed up the source vCenter server, all the required data from the database. Click on finish. So when you click on finish, it will automatically shut down the source vCenter server. Once the network configuration is activated on the destination vCenter server, click OK to continue or cancel to stop upgrade. We are already okay to upgrade. So during the vCenter downtime, it's saying that estimated downtime 37 minutes. During this time, vCenter features HEA and DRS. DRS generally during upgrade process, DRS feature will not work. That is the one upgrade consideration. And high availability, generally high availability, even though vCenter down or vCenter server upgrade is in progress, there will be no impact to the high availability feature. Reason is all ESXi hosts high availability feature will work based on the HCA agent service. That agent service name is FDM, Fault Domain Manager. So even though vCenter upgrade is in progress, there will be no impact to the high availability and no impact to the ESXi host and virtual machines. only impact to the vCenter downtime only, because vCenter is a management tool to manage multiple ESXi host virtual machines. If you see that there are 3 points, it clearly says copy data from source vCenter server to target vCenter server, and set up target vCenter server and start services, and finally import copied data to target vCenter. That is only we discussed from the slide. Transfer the data and set up newly deployed vCenter server appliance with an embedded platform service control. Generally, what it will do is when a OVA deployment finish, we just now completed stage one, that is called OVA deployment finish. We are redirected to stage two. We already redirected to stage two of the upgrade process. This what is the stage two upgrade process? To transfer the data from old appliance. In our scenario, our old appliance is vCenter 01. From vCenter 01 to it will migrate the data to VCSA 01. That is our new vCenter name. And once the data migration is completed, it will start the services of newly deployed vCenter server appliance. And also in the instruction clearly says when the migration of data is completed, it will power off the old vCenter, it will power on the new vCenter server. And finally, we have to validate the upgrade status. Make sure that vCenter version should be 8.0 update to. Okay, and we have to monitor for a while until the upgrade finish. Okay, if you see the notification here, exporting data from source system 25%. See, if we notice now, the message is saying copy data is almost 50%, and it is showing as shutting down source machine. Okay, and still we have to wait some more time until source machine it will shut down automatically, and the data is completely transferred from old vCenter to new vCenter server. While data transfer, the same IP setting whatever we set for a source vCenter, the same IP is assigned to the new vCenter server. So it's almost a straight away procedure. Only thing we have to wait until the data transfer is complete. So let's back to the slide. So we hope you understand the implementation procedure stage one and stage two. Currently we are at stage two, but we have to wait approximately 37 minutes. So with interest of our time, I will stop the recording here. And validation, as we know, we can just log into the vCenter server WAMI page and also the vCenter server HTML5 client, and we can verify that version is up to date. That is only the vCenter upgrade procedure. Okay, and as we are aware, within a VMware vSphere upgrade, the first step is vCenter upgrade. So just now we completed the vCenter upgrade discussion, and upgrade stage 2 is in progress. It may take some more time. Okay, and in our next session I will show you how to upgrade the ESXi host. Okay, so thank you. If you're watching this video first time, please do view, like, share, and subscribe to the Gnan Cloud Garage channel. If you are already subscribed, I appreciate all your support. Bye for now.